end up down at the bottom. I'm not sure if they're going to make it on top, but here we go in the second game of the day. It is over in Erangel.
Unless they just barely enough.
Yeah, but they need to get as much points as they could.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because right now, the teams that has been consistently underperforming is unfortunately going to be Almighty and them. Alongside with MAB, although they had some moments there, I think they've got a good chance of making a top 6.
They had the John Wick moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
At some point last week, it became the John and Friends.
Yeah.
Or John and the 4 backpacks. Or John and 4 medkits.
Now?
Oh, sorry. John and the 3 backpacks. You know, like
I'm not bad at math, Cloud. Don't
sorry,
throw numbers
man.
at me.
Sorry, I miscalculated. But it felt like last week there were some days that it feels like all these other teams just were like supporting characters, and he was like the main character in front, just fragging everyone.
Oh yeah, hands down. MAB John, that's the one guy to look out for, right?
Yeah.
The second to that is probably Iftar. But
yeah,
will they be playing this time around? I believe
definitely.
So. Group E will be sitting out. That means no Yudo Line 4 Rival, no Team Hawk, no Combine C, no KHI, unfortunately, and the circle shifts all the way to the east here, favoring the light of Axis. Red one is now playing in Kuneshki stall.
So taking their base route back up to Novo, up back north onto Milta.
It is a good way to go around it, right? It's loot unclaimed. You might as well take one for yourself. It is a battle royale, gotta be a bit more selfish. We're talking about being selfish. Neighbors shooting across each other, that's gonna be homeboys against RSG here. Just trading shots, it's a drive-by. Didn't think we'd gonna see you here in Erangel, at least. Oh, well, someone missed their step there. Well, you play dangerously, you live life on the edge, you pay the price.
That's why, as a kid, whenever your parents are driving, they'll tell you don't put your head out
nearly like that. Luckily though, small boy, he's a small boy, he's growing, he learned his lesson, maybe not to stand up straight while the car was moving, yeah?
Well, he has definitely grown a lot. Since back in the day, there's a lot of responsibility for a team that has been around for quite a while. And talking about growing the roles as well, so Insomnius is actually in the same position as Small Boy, so he was a fragger before.
Yeah, I like how they use the verbiage there, the word grew. So, like, this is going to be torn apart by the community, right? Because I know one gets the spotlight more.
Debate, right? Yeah, like you know, like if in football, right, everyone looks at the person who scores the goal,
right?
But who cares about the goalkeeper?
People look at Cristiano Ronaldo, they don't care about the goalkeeper.
Who cares
or even the captain himself.
Exactly, right? I mean, yeah, now that you put it that way, I don't even know if it's an upgrade or not.
It's different roles. Oh, we'll just settle with equal. Maybe because he did get a lot of kills under his name, but the nature of those kills were like already primed within a compound advantage, and everyone was just out there. He just had to spray, so maybe I'll retract that a little bit as well.
But he'll be forever be remembered for his fight against the clutch against the Nexus in League 1. I mean, that was absolutely superb. Yeah, and I guess he's definitely a standout player, but unfortunately, so maybe he's also feeling the pressure of like, is it a downgrade or an upgrade? Like, I want to frag at the same time, get some highlight, but I need to do my game leader role.
Well, it's always like this, right? We call it the unsung heroes, they say. And hopefully these heroes get an anthem today, because now they're shooting down at each other. Someone's not going to come out alive, and that's going to be the Nexus Loyu actually, who's going to be the one who dies the mod here. Takes no one else in the process. That's one member down, and just when we thought it bled blue, the White Tigers in that one.
When he says he's Loyu, it's actually you.
Is that really? So I'm actually believing you here. I don't speak Mandarin, so I'm asking you.
Okay, I was trying to accent it to be a no, to be like something like a no. Like, no you? It's you. Yeah, you're the one who went down.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have asked for an explanation. Now I'm disappointed.
You know, you need to
all these aggressive teams who takes fight.
Right, and
that is the trend. They all take fight.
Oh, they all take fight.
Yeah,
that's the trend. But I do agree though. I mean, like, how else are you going to get maximum points? Like, if you just depend on the placement points, you play very, very safely, you're going to get just half of the possible points, right? So you, at some point you gotta take fights and you gotta be good at it.
Yeah, and that's why you see the teams that actually make it on top are all these teams who can come out on top in these close quarter engagement or even from a 4v4 team fight. And so far my theory has been proven time and time again that when R2K comes in a 4v4 situation, 70% of the time goes the way of R2K as well. Like, they are insane gunmen, and I wouldn't mess with them if I was you. But maybe Almighty can give it a shot and try crashing onto him, R2K for them.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to mess with them if you were me. Like, neither of them can beat any of them,
right?
For sure. But I do agree. Like R2K, I call them like the evolution. Like they've been around since season 1. Back then they were focusing a lot on rotation, trying to find a circle, play a little bit more safe on the outside. But now their evolution has been like, okay, whoever's in front of us will bulldoze them. So they've changed their playstyle and it's good.
If it's finally out on PUBG Mobile, make sure you follow the page. Surcloud has got a surprise for you. And it ain't pretty, quite literally.
Well, it's subjective though, I must say.
Sure.
Okay, well, we'll move on. We'll move on. We'll talk about that a bit more once it's out. So our viewers don't get confused on what we're talking about. But hey, Firearm Legends, it's been quite a rocky
and a team at full potential. However, this is, I think, one of the first few times that I see Firearm doing not too bad in the middle of the pack. However, we still have at least 4 more days left.
Yep.
So whether it drift for a positive note or drift with a negative end here, all depends on them. Meanwhile, GeekFam it all depends on GeekFam as well if they want Bosker to even make it out alive. It seems like they have been retracted and they're just going to go in for the rescue. Easy peasy.
Yeah, the rescue with snipes, taking care of another angle, making sure that they're not rushed into. It looks like the rescue will happen though, but it's not going to be easy as Psycho still puts pressure on the Sonics. Sonics is still down. Sane doesn't seem to be able to... Don't think he has any smokes not popping in just yet, but he's going to take that risk to pick up his teammate.
Oh, that's very smart from GeekFam. They actually blew up their vehicle so they can go in for their safe revive, and I think they should be able to get their teammate. Yeah, there we go. Here comes the smoke. Ooh, tags it a little bit. Takes Sonics down again. I think Saint's just plucking hairs right now, seeing as though his member just cannot keep a tune to save himself.
Frankly speaking, I thought that they should let Sonics go. Now that Saint took the risk of going in, he's the one caught out.
Sure. But can Bosco even come in to finish the job? I think they're kind of in the stalemate right now. However, GeekFam's life is reliant. And on the smokes that they have, and GeekFam right now, that's some sort of a snipe.
Skills, saw him doing that the other day in Mirama, so been upgrading his skills. We don't see him using snipers that often, but hey, a good new skill, why not? But talking about why not? Zane gets one onto depth, and that's one elimination point for GeekFam.
Oh, but now they're in a sticky situation. Axis on their back, Bosco on their front, Sam9 within the quarters. Putra has to be careful now. Oh, but it is Naoki who gets the tap on it. Putra just decides, hey, he's gone. He's one for the dogs. I'm taking my exit.
So there's some of a elimination steal there by Putra with the knee. Naoki wanted that, but unfortunately it could be painful for him. Okay, Naoki, it's done now. It's done. I don't think he really knows, but I think he can chill now as we will see the next circle. It moves towards the areas of prison and mansion. A lot of open areas, some high ground towards the left, towards the right. No one taking the high ground just yet. I expect to see some teams might move into that area around the mansion.
I believe Sam9 has already made the movement towards claiming the high ground. However, they're claiming one member down. And well, talking about one member down, Axis, Kacham Susu. That's going to be put to an end here. Now they try to push onto the compounds of GeekFam. It is just the 2 of them. And just the 2 of us, like the song, does not stand against the Micah. You missed the door. You nearly actually paid the price, but man, that drop shot saved his life.
I know, right? That reflex, that was like insane. He could have lost his life if he let it go for like 1 more second or so.
Quick thinking, they were on their feet here. Meanwhile, Dingo's R2K, it is going to be quite a treat here. Take me away, Surcloud, as Arm now gets taken down.
Yeah, he went into harm's way. As Harm will be taken up by Skiddo, and Skiddo will need to recover. But R2K, they're not going to leave their teammate.
Missed it. Tried to go in for the Daredevil play, but he still clutched that one. Kid jumps out of his vehicle. What a Daredevil he is. Missed the ramp, or missed the chance to roll him over. But he made that one up with the return frag here. Meanwhile, iShot tries to go in head-to-head, mano-in-mano, up against the high ground. It is a hill in which he got baited into overextension, and Homeboys, they crumble. Have to take a ticket out of there. The suit is close to flight out.
But Tam, he's going in for it. Okay, he's going to fight against iShot with the high ground. Tam, not like this, my friend. Not like this. You don't go up against the high ground like that. But now it's going to be mano-a-mano. iShot with the Stam. At the same time, Isaac will be taken out by Ate. iShot's the last man standing with Team Secret. He can't lose this fight. The nade will be cooked up. Tossing it onto the other side, but it will not land on top of them. And iShot trying to finish him off. Tam, 2v1 trick. Just in the nick of time, it picks up, and now they won that fight against Team Secret.
Yeah, that fight was not clean at all. Maybe he should have just gone in with the pushing pressure from that one, giving him more time to actually pick his member up. Surely if he went in for the push, his other teammates wouldn't be on his toes to actually go in for the fire.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, it was a blunder, I guess, if you're looking for words here. I'll let you know. Meanwhile, Circle has closed onto RSG. My God, Tash Bunny is spot on with the prediction, it seems.
Yeah, they have the Circle at the high ground at the same time. And now Almighty, they're caught out in the open. So Almighty, now with Bosku needing to move. Bosku trying to get away. Spray on the Our boy will get away with it.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He's out. But I don't think that's good news going aside of Team. I mean, sure, we still have 4 members. I can't say it's bad news. Meanwhile, Virgil, he's the one with dire news here, crawling, and it seems like the rest of the members of the Almighty isn't really going in for the rescue, so he will just bleed out eventually as time takes him down, much like the rest of us waiting for death.
Oh, the zone takes out Virgil, okay. So, I'm not too sure what just happened in there, but now they'll be forced to move as the Circle starts to move in. At the same time, MVP Esports, they bump into RSG as they try to find a way to Circle just right in front of them. Calamity, if he goes any further forward, and yes, he will stop and he will fight, but Brian gets one of the monkey. John goes down as well. RSG getting 2 elimination points.
Yeah, they're just feeding the Giants right now, RSG. Ooh, they've got decent trade backwards, but it is an uphill battle trying to push here against RSG, but they make it work. Calamity nearly did, but Kim comes in with the cover fire. RSG in worse for wear situation, but not down and out. They can pick each other up, and meanwhile, Clutch Gorilla going up against Homeboys. Homeboys just came out from a spectacular victory against Team Secret. They might just have the courage to push on to Clutch.
The long range here from Clutch onto Farm Gorilla. Both of them not in the circle. Oleo goes down to Damn Cutie, so that's SMJ on the other side. 3 teams in the same area, but all of them need to move and still start to close in. Now Clutch Gorilla on their vehicles. Insomnus will go down to Ainauki from Bosku. Homeboys on the hill, but range fire pond. But they need to decide whether they want to continue to stay here and read the gatekeepers or start to move into the circle.
Surely they are pressed for time here as this circle seems to be playing within opens. Only RSG has compound, but maybe they can make hills work. Almighty going up against Axis. Axis has the edge with a single member up on the far side to give him some cover fire. Well, I don't think that cover fire is necessary as the amount of nades that's coming out from their side is deterring a push here for Almighty. So they will not overcommit, and nade goes locked on forward onto the buggy. So luckily, Moxie will not just give his life away.
Oh, Jumper is still active though. So they need to be aware. They need to be careful. Jumper cooking up one of his nades. Jumper tossing out the nade on the side of Moxie. Will it land onto Moxie? Yes, it will. But no, it doesn't take it out just yet. The volley will be tossed onto the other side. Jumper just buying time for himself, making sure no advancement from the enemy. This time Moxie cooking up his nade. Jumper trying to find the high ground, but the nade on the Jumper will land, but not good enough to take it out just yet.
Ooh, it seems he held his ground despite the ballistic damage he took. Toss one Molotov forward that should deter them from pushing in forward. Oh, Moxie! Oh, he just stepped in the lands of hell, or the fires of hell. He got burned a little bit. We'll need to touched himself back up before he gets into third-degree burns. Yeah, will be aided back to full HP. Nasty now puts a move forward, toss a grenade forward though. It was really nearby. It just clip onto everyone. They're pretty low. Goes in for the poking, but does not pick anyone in the process.
Oh, kind of whiff there, but good enough. And wait a second, where did this shot come in from? Was that a shot from behind? Okay, Nasty got jumper. Micah coming in from behind. Okay, so it was Micah going in for the backstab, taking down two of Almighty, and they're being eliminated. And Axis Red One wins the fight.
Yeah, they've got 5 kills. Axis, they are back, it seems here, but also RSG, who has all the advantage in the world. Circle closed on them. They've got the members all healthy. They just won out of the team fight against MAB. Happy as clams they can be here. Everything swinging their direction. Will we ever see an upset?
Well, they don't have circle, so anything could still happen. But Small Boy getting onto Izane, so no upset there. He's happy he gets that elimination point. But just look at the circle. Most of the teams are on the outside, so Axis One chooses to move in quickly, and they'll have the advantage at the side of the circle. At the same time, EVOS Rapid takes down Team Bosco.
Team Bosco, it seems like we've been saying this team, we've been mentioning their names in our mouth for the longest time, but it is EVOS that's the one being forgotten here. Getting blown out is Mika, and the rest of EVOS is being gatekeeped right now. Insomnus now crawling on his knees, dies in play zone. They are in worse for wear, full of danger. And look at who's smack dab in the middle. I do believe it is RSG or Genaxis right now.
Oh, 10 eliminations for RSG. Okay, they are in a roll. And they are still, they are the only team who still has 4 team members still in full squad. Now Axis Red One needs to move forward, but they need to deal with Sam9 as they move in.
Well, that was an easy dealings here. I don't think it was up for negotiation. Sam9 just in the open has got no leverage whatsoever. That'll be EVOS down, Sam9 joined with a lot of the big names getting taken out here. Now Sam9 Manparang still carrying it for his mates. Meanwhile, Genaxis and SMG, it's SMG that falls in short. Genaxis will be the one who's walking away alive. Can they pick up the rest of RSG? But now Axis coming in to upset.
And Jumper just eliminated his own teammates from Z9. So he had the last lap there. RSG is still in this. RSG now with the long range putting pressure on the Axis Web with his own favor. Where will it go? Will it go up? Will it go down? But before that, Homeboys will be eliminated. And RSG has the circle.
And that seems to continue here in this game number 2 of day number 2 here. Oh my god, RSG, they can almost smell the victory from this point. They have the high ground, they have the circle, everyone else has to push within it, out in the open, and that's Genaxis down, getting poked in by the backside here. Small Boy will claim the final soul from Genaxis.
Okay, alright. They're the only team with a full squad still, so it's a very, very high chance now for RSG. Okay, they need to deal with Axis Red One that's currently coming in, but at the same time, Farang is not really moving. They're putting their long range shot onto RSG. They could be the kingmakers though, as Axis Red One gets one onto KMRSG, falling apart.
Yeah, Axis Micro OP might just be the guy. He just made this game possible for the side of Axis Red One. Look at that, RSG, only 1 member remaining. The tides have turned.
Yeah, the tide is good, definitely. Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, RSG, they have been sandwiched, so that was kind of like the challenge. Now, Axis Red One, they have the high ground at the same time. They have 3 team members, so now they have the maximum team members. Okay, unless RSG can pick up 1, but they have the split as well. Okay, now technically, Axis Red One,
for the sake of not watching their 6, they let Micah just drove and make his way up to the top. Nobody had the high ground but RSG. Micah snuck his way, and still they can even play for time. They are not in any rush here. They've got all angles primed and covered.
The Far Legends have the most difficult mission now. Oh no, just look at this. All eyes onto them. The zone's coming in from behind. There's nowhere they can go. Helton shows himself. Micah will try to shoot him down. And probably Micah, RSG will try to get that elimination point as well. RSG smoking up Heinu. Will be gunned down by Brian. And Axis Red One will need to pick up their teammate while RSG still playing with 2. But Axis Red One, with this kind of high ground, I mean, it's hard for them to drop this chicken dinner.
Yeah, it was harder for them to get this high ground in the first place. What was RSG doing? You take a you take a sniper's nest and not see that Micah was making his way up on a hill. That's kind of an if. It's a sus one right there. And I think Luke, he will unfortunately bow out from the zone itself. It burns a little bit too bright, this flame. Meanwhile, now again, see, this was the car he was driving for the longest of time. How did nobody see that? Now he makes a rotation safely into the circle, although out in the open and in the low ground. It is RSG who's pressing for time here and make a push, and my god, Jumper gets it from the far end.
Wow, Jumper with the cover fire, giving cover to Micah, and now Micah will be recovered. And now the only team that's the circle is Axis Red 1. So now they just need to wait for RSG and Helton to come towards them. Pretty much it's impossible for them to lose this.
Yeah, unless RSG has got some sort of a vehicular transport to try and crash in, but even so, the first few bullets fired will be advantages for the side of Axis Red 1. So they just found themselves in a pickle here. Not really capitalizing their full advantage of what they were given, I guess. They will try. Look at that, already in a car. Kim will try and make it move. Ooh, gets a bonus kill onto Helton. Parks one up here, so he's still in fighting chance. He made it through pretty safely. He's opened the map up, still circle not on the side of RSG.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate news for RSG. Hopefully they have to circle, but they need to deal with it. He has some hate. Will that mean land or is it too far?
Oh no, Jumper!
Close one, still alive somehow.
Oh, they have to be careful. And just like that, RSG turning the tides with a couple of mortars coming from the air here. RSG Kim again getting some crucial taps. He's got it.
What?
RSG!
God.
They had the card in hand. They played it, flopped the deck, and made it work.
What? They made it work again. They were not supposed to get that chicken dinner. Axis had the circle. They had a good position looking at their opponent. How could they have dropped this? But okay, you have to give it to RSG.
I have to give it to them.
They beaten the odds to get the chicken dinner.
Yeah, this is again 2 games. We have now 2 unexpected winner with a chicken dinner. At this point, I'm not surprised if we get another